Watch the ride.
Hey everybody, welcome to the channel and welcome to my first ride of the Energica Experia. This is an electric adventure bike, and I get it. Electric and adventure, they don't normally go together, but we will get into that over the videos. I've got this on loan from English Electric Motor Co for about a week. Thank you so much to them. I'm really grateful for that because it's only thanks to them that I'm able to get hold of Energicas. Now, as usual, I have a first ride, which is this video, which is just kind of riding and experiencing it for the first time. I make other videos along the way, and then I culminate it with a really condensed down, or try to condense it down, review to hit on all the points that people have talked about from the previous videos. As I say, I don't want to give all the top trump figures and all that sort of stuff in this video. I'll do that in the review, but a couple of off-the-top figures, because, you know, people want to know these things. Power, 80 horsepower continuous, up to 102 horsepower peak. It does quick charging, and it will give you somewhere between 200 odd and 130 miles, depending on what you're doing. Having had the Energica Eva Ribelle in the past, if you haven't seen that video, I'd suggest you do that because that bike's insane. Their range estimates seem to be fairly realistic for what you actually get. The torque figures of this bike given on their website is a little bit confusing because they've got miles an hour next to them for some reason in some places, but the range shown is between 115 and 900 Newton meters. I'm guessing that the 115 is the rear wheel and the 900 is directly off the motor, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so you just turn it on, wait for it to start up. It's nice and quick compared to some other electrics. Hold the brake, press the button, and off we go. I love how quick that is to get going. Now, I have had to make one hell of a mental leap this morning with this bike. As you may know, if you watch my channel, I review lots and lots of motorcycles, from big, small, petrols, electrics, all sorts of different types of engine. I own 2 petrol bikes. One of those is a single cylinder, one's an inline 4. You ride those completely differently. And I can jump from one to the other, something with a clutch, no clutch, left hand brake, no left hand brake, no problem. However, this time it's like the perfect electric storm. I went from a UBCO 50cc equivalent 2-wheel drive electric bike to what is one of the most powerful electric bikes that exists. That's a little bit of a jump to do immediately. Literally, the last bike I rode was that little 50cc, which would only do 27 miles an hour. And now I'm on this, which will do 0 to 60 in like 3 seconds or something like that. It has actually got a electronically limited top speed of 112 miles an hour, which, to be fair, is probably quite good because it means that you don't absolutely annihilate the battery on this thing and completely destroy the range. Now, oh sorry, there is one more figure I should mention, and of course it's electric and this is an Energica, so it's going to be expensive. This is about 27, 28 grand. I think it depends on what specs and stuff you get. Obviously it might be more or less, but it ain't cheap. And if you're like, oh, I'd like some more speed, please. Okay. You don't have to hold on. However, as I say, I've gone from riding a tiny little 50 electric to this thing, and it's 260 kilos as well. It's quite heavy. It doesn't feel like that, obviously, with it all being lower down. I need to get used to the feel of this bike in slower stuff, slower country roads, and also because it's an adventure bike, you need to see what it's like in this sort of stuff. Not the ideal conditions, not perfect roads. Roads with a 2-foot gully on one side and gravel all up the middle. I think one of the things that really added to the confusion of switching to, oh my god, no. Yeah, you're alright. Don't have a choice.
Yee!
This doesn't have a left-hand brake. The rear brake is on your foot as it should be. So I've had to go back to used to doing that. I wish it had like special see-through bush vision. Ah, I'm closing that. Now, I know a lot of people that watch my reviews, whoa, it's a tornado of flies. A lot of people who watch my videos about electrics, a lot of people don't like electrics. A lot of people have some preconceived notions about electrics. A lot of those are wrong. I have many videos covering those subjects. And the irony of it is that people said that my video about a certain subject of electric bikes was too long at 30 minutes. And, you know, it's too much science. So I reduced it to... Oh! I reduced it to 10 minutes. As I said, if you want to have an argument about these things, in the reality of what actually is true and provable, then go to those videos and discuss it there. People didn't do that. They went to my video that was 10 minutes long and just started spouting the exact same stuff that I'd completely disproven in that video and the other videos. My point is this: if you don't like electrics, it's fine. You don't have to buy one, but some people do like them and some people will like them. I like them. I'd buy one if I could afford one. I can't. Ow! Ow! Stop opening your visor, you fool! Yes, I do believe the front end of this bike slid significantly on brown algae as I drove through it. My trousers are perfectly clean, thanks. So I've gone from 3.2 horsepower to 102 horsepower, and from 63 kilos to 260 kilos immediately. Younger me on this channel would be very proud of where I'm at now, and the fact that I've had the opportunity to ride this many bikes and have that sort of a ridiculous scenario come up. It's great. We have cruise control, but just like the Eva Ribelle, you have to hold the throttle on right and you have to press the button. But it's so far away that it's difficult to hold the throttle exactly at like 30 and then come over here and press that button. So what I do is I lean over and press it with this one. You can then press the set button and adjust the speed with this one, up and down. I have got giant hands, and even... I just want 30. Let's try 30. Press, hold. Did it! 31. Oh, that'll have to do. Right, okay, we can go set, down 1. There you go. Now, as I say, electric adventure bike sounds like a little bit of a confused thing, because it's like, well, how can that possibly happen? Well, yes, at the moment, it's not the best option, necessarily. But, did you know in the UK there are currently more charging points than petrol stations? In 2023, right now, and it has been this way for a while, there are more electric charging points than petrol stations. Now, obviously, you don't need as many petrol stations because they don't take nearly as long to actually fill up the vehicle. But as that all speeds up, we're going to be in a situation where this is fine. This bike is super nice and smooth. For touring, this makes so much sense. It's perfectly smooth, nice big comfy seat. I feel stable and secure, and you know, you're like, I'd like to go a bit quicker, please. Okay. Brakes are immense and nice. It's quite quick, isn't it? This bike obviously has got traction control, multiple different levels of that. You can also adjust how much regen braking you get, you can also adjust how much power you get, all sorts of things. What's also amazing out of such a powerful motor as this is how controllable it is at the bottom end. The throttle on this feels much more controlled at the bottom end than some of the much less powerful bikes. They tend to just be like on, go. This you really can creep along, and I'm going to try that actually. How slow can you go? Literally anything. Sub 1. This is powered. And what's funny is all I'm hearing now is the chain rolling. Oh yes, this is chain driven. This doesn't have a belt. This isn't, you know, hub motor. This is, it couldn't be with this much power. This is big girt motor and a big old chain. As I say, this is just the first ride. This is literally me, day one, on the bike, just having a bit of fun, seeing if anything jumps out at me. Of course it does, it's quick as hell. But over the next few days, I'm going to be riding this a lot and making lots of videos on it, experiencing it, trying it out in different scenarios, and then giving that review at the end. So say, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to see more videos on this bike, and if you want to help support this channel, and I would really appreciate that, and also get to see videos early, join my Patreon. And when I say early, at this point in time that I'm recording this, there are 8 of my next videos on Patreon, but not on YouTube yet, which means by the time that the first video on this bike gets to YouTube, I've already sent it back. Probably a week ago. And the only problem with that is when people then ask me questions, I can't answer them. So I just want you to know, I can't answer your questions unless you're a member of Patreon because of the timeline of bikes coming in and bikes going out. And as you've seen, I'm getting through a lot. Ha! Okay, let's end it there. Bye bye.